5 seconds. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to address this esteemed assembly on the pressing issue of economic reform. As we are all acutely aware, our nation stands at a pivotal juncture, requiring bold and decisive action to ensure the prosperity and well being of our citizens. The measures we enact in this chamber will have far reaching consequences for generations to come. To begin with, let us consider the current state of our economy. Despite some positive indicators, such as low unemployment rates and moderate GDP growth, there remain significant challenges that must be addressed. Chief among these are the issues of income inequality, underemployment, and the rising cost of living, which continue to affect the daily lives of many of our constituents. Income inequality, in particular, is a matter of grave concern. The gap between the wealthiest and the rest of the population has been widening for decades, threatening the social fabric of our society. It is incumbent upon us, as representatives of the people, to enact policies that promote fairness and economic justice. This includes progressive taxation, increased investment in education and healthcare, and robust social safety nets to support those most in need. Underemployment is another critical issue that requires our attention. While the headline unemployment rate may be low, many individuals are working in jobs that do not fully utilize their skills or provide adequate compensation. This phenomenon not only hampers individual potential but also undermines overall economic productivity. We must invest in job training programs, support small businesses, and create an environment that fosters innovation and entrepreneurship. The rising cost of living is a burden that weighs heavily on the shoulders of many families. Housing, healthcare, and education expenses have been outpacing wage growth, leaving many struggling to make ends meet. Addressing this requires a multifaceted approach, including affordable housing initiatives, healthcare reform, and policies that ensure educational opportunities are accessible to all. Mr. Speaker, I would also like to touch upon the importance of sustainable development. As we pursue economic growth, it is imperative that we do so in a manner that is environmentally responsible. Climate change is an existential threat that demands urgent action. Transitioning to a green economy, investing in renewable energy, and implementing stringent environmental protections are not just moral imperatives, they are also economic necessities that will create jobs and drive innovation. Furthermore, we must not overlook the importance of fostering a strong social infrastructure. Our public services, including healthcare, education, and transportation, are the backbone of a thriving society. Ensuring that these services are adequately funded and efficiently managed is essential for promoting social cohesion and economic resilience. In conclusion, the path to economic reform is complex and challenging, but it is one we must undertake with determination and vision. By addressing income inequality, underemployment, and the rising cost of living, while also prioritizing sustainable development and strong social infrastructure, we can create a more just and prosperous society. Let us work together, across party lines, to enact the policies that will secure a brighter future for all our citizens. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now, let us delve deeper into some of these specific policy areas. First, on the issue of progressive taxation. It is clear that our current tax system disproportionately benefits the wealthy and places an undue burden on the middle and lower income groups. Reforming our tax code to ensure that everyone pays their fair share is not only a matter of equity but also of fiscal responsibility. Progressive taxation can provide the necessary revenue to fund public services and social programs that benefit society as a whole. Investment in education is another cornerstone of economic reform. A well-educated workforce is essential for competing in the global economy. This means not only increasing funding for primary and secondary education but also making higher education more accessible and affordable. Student loan debt is crippling many young people, and addressing this issue is critical for enabling them to contribute fully to the economy. Healthcare reform is equally important. The high cost of healthcare in our country is a significant burden on families and a barrier to economic mobility. Expanding access to affordable healthcare through measures such as a public option or expanded Medicare can alleviate this burden and ensure that all citizens have the opportunity to lead healthy, productive lives. Affordable housing is another pressing concern. The skyrocketing cost of housing in many urban areas is forcing families to spend an increasing portion of their income on rent or mortgage payments, leaving less for other essential expenses. Implementing policies that promote the construction of affordable housing, as well as providing assistance to first-time home buyers, can help address this issue. On the topic of sustainable development, it is imperative that we take decisive action to combat climate change. This includes setting ambitious targets for reducing carbon emissions, investing in renewable energy sources, and supporting the transition to a green economy. These actions will not only help protect our planet but also create new jobs and industries, driving economic growth in the process. Transportation infrastructure is another key area that requires investment. Modernizing our transportation systems, including roads, bridges, and public transit, is essential for supporting economic activity and improving quality of life. Efficient transportation networks reduce costs for businesses, increase productivity, and provide citizens with better access to jobs and services. Mr. Speaker, I would like to reiterate the importance of bipartisan cooperation in achieving these goals. Economic reform is not a partisan issue, It is a national imperative. We must put aside our differences and work together to develop and implement policies that will benefit all citizens. This means engaging in constructive dialogue, listening to diverse perspectives, and finding common ground. In closing, let me emphasize that the challenges we face are significant, but they are not insurmountable. With courage, vision, and a commitment to the common good, we can enact the reforms necessary to build a stronger, fairer, and more prosperous society. Let us seize this opportunity to make a lasting difference for our nation and for future generations. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield the floor.